Another thing I want to get to is Trump. Okay, listen, I get it. People are going to be crazy because people are tribal. I'm just not. And I understand now, like, you can be right or left, or you can just be with God. And to be with God means Christ is king, which means truth is king. And you have to stay consistent. I kind of made my name on fighting BLM. Like I did, I think you would say in politics. Some people hated me because I stood up to my own race and said that this is getting ridiculous. The books that were coming out, it's not enough to be racist. You have to be actively anti-racist. And then what happened beyond that was not people trying to fight racism, but actually demanding racial supremacy, demanding that you must hire a Black person or 5 Black people, even if they're underqualified, and the white person is better, and because this is just the pursuit of equality, which is not. Of course, that's racism. Like, we don't need to go back to a situation where this country is racist. We need equal opportunity under the law and let the better person win. I believe in a meritocracy. And I sat at a hearing on white supremacy, and that hearing went viral. And I stood up and I said, this is not right. This is wrong. And you was basically maimed and caricatured in the media as a person who hated my own race because I was saying that I will never accept racial supremacy. I will never accept ethnic supremacy, even if it's Black people, even if it's my own people. Okay, I just won't accept it. That's just the reality. And now we're arriving at that exact same thing happening. And it's not happening under Biden. It's not happening under Obama. It's happening under Trump. Okay, and it is under the guise of fighting anti-Semitism on college campuses, and that this is an epidemic. And you've got the Human Health Secretary, RFK Jr., saying, oh, we have to declare this an epidemic. And what we're really talking about is people voicing opinions against Israel's policies on blowing up Palestinian kids. You can accept that or you cannot accept that. It is just the reality. And if you don't understand how close we are inching to them destroying free speech, and once speech goes, everything else goes, then you need to start paying attention. They are redefining anti-Semitism to even be parts of the Bible. They are saying that it is anti-Semitism, and the Trump administration is pushing this on college campuses, to even suggest that a Jewish person might be more loyal to Israel than they are to America. That's totally plausible. It's totally plausible that a Black person in America might be more loyal to Uganda than they are to America. Like, that is like, why are we redefining this? Portions of the Bible? I mean, it's getting crazy. So I want to show you this Senate hearing. So they had another Senate hearing, like the one that I showed up on, except this one, it was on anti-Semitism on college campuses. And I want you to listen to what this rabbi got up and said as he called for hate speech laws. Okay, this is Rabbi Levi Shem Tov. He is the executive vice president of American Friends of Lubavitch. This is like a Lubavitcher who I spoke about. And RFK Jr. came and said, don't speak about Lubavitch. And I said, this is actually a very radical form of Judaism. Here is what he said. Listen to him standing up, Rabbi Levi Shem Tov. Here's what he wants for America.
Anti-Semitism is not just an age-old prejudice. It is a contemporary crisis manifesting on campuses across the nation. It is not enough for individuals or institutions to merely claim they are not anti-Semitic. As my father once taught me, it is not enough for people, especially public figures, to be neutral or not be anti-Semitic. One must be anti-Semitic.
That is the exact same rhetoric, okay, as Ibram X. Kendi during the peak of BLM, saying it's not enough to be racist, you have to actively be anti-racist. It's the exact same rhetoric, okay? There's no way to slice it. So Matt Walsh, who works for the Daily Wire, obviously recognized that immediately and said this is a page right out of the BLM playbook. The same rhetoric, almost word for word, right? Everyone should be appalled. But don't worry, Joel Berry at the Babylon Bee is not. Talk about a Trojan horse in an organization that nobody should support. I mean, if you do not understand what they are doing, trying to pretend that they are on the conservative side, they are not. Okay, they are softening stuff and pretending that it's different. They are calling for ethnic supremacy here. Okay, Joe Berry responds and says this to Matt Walsh, except BLM used the phrase very differently. For them, anti-racism wasn't about being against racism. It represented a full-blown color revolution designed to dismantle the West and institute racist DEI policies. That's clearly not how the rabbi is using the word here, don't you think? That doesn't seem clear to me at all, unless you're just an ethnic supremacist, unless you just truly believe. I mean, it's literally word for word. It's just like it's word for word what BLM said. It's not enough. You have to be anti the thing. So what is happening right now that we, meaning the people who voted for and have supported Trump for years and got him into office because we actually were standing up to him when BLM was going crazy and calling everybody white supremacists, and people, while Trump was in office, there were George Floyd riots, people that stood up for him and said, this is wrong, are now watching his administration execute the exact same thing, but this time it's for anti-Semitism. And it's not even for anti-Semitism, really. It's because this is not helpful to Jews in America. It's for Israel. Like, it feels like Netanyahu is running the White House and Trump's just signing and doing whatever they say, right? It feels like Netanyahu should be sitting in the Oval Office as they demand hate speech laws and they get what they want. Every day they're announcing something that they're going to do to further support Israel. And that something is now looking to me like a detriment to American freedom. And if you can't see that, okay, it is time for you to take off the rose-colored glasses. Because just because Trump was against all of this in 2016 does not mean that he does not have people that are around him who are for this now that we are in 2025. And I won't tolerate it. If I had the courage to stand up to my race when they were saying these things, I will be damned if you think that I don't have enough courage to stand up to ethnic supremacy as it is now again coming into the country under the guise of hatred for Jews, when in fact it's hatred for Bibi Netanyahu routinely blowing up children and us being told that we're not allowed to speak about it.